Hi there guys, I hope you are having a good day. Now Anthony Joshua has given another update on the Tyson Fury fight. This is what he had to say. June should be the date, trust me, for the fans, for the people that have been calling it out for months. Shout out to Team Fury as well, hungry go-getters. That's what we are, UK stand up, I can't wait, undisputed. So there we go, that is Anthony Joshua's comments about the undisputed fight between him and Tyson Fury. Now that is good news considering there was some quite doubtful comments towards this fight that were made by Tyson Fury, where he said he didn't believe the fight was even going to happen, and they weren't even further along than they were a year ago towards making the fight. So that was kind of disheartening, but Anthony Joshua is being positive in explaining they are close. Now, we've heard many times from Bob Arum, from Eddie Hearn, because they are the ones who get asked quite a lot, and they are the ones who are doing interviews quite consistently, so they get asked about this question quite a bit. But they say the fight's close, they say they're 90% done or 95% done, and we are extremely close to getting this fight on. But it's always positive when you hear from AJ, because he's not really on the hype train. He's not going to say something is happening just to build hype when it's actually not. So if he says the fight will go down in June, then we can get a little bit more excited, because as I said, he's not going to hype it up, he's just going to tell us the truth, when and where it will happen. At the moment, the location hasn't been nailed down. We do know June will be the date for it, not specifically the date in June, but we do know that that is the month that they are looking at. The big question is, what is with these comments from Tyson Fury? Was that maybe just trying to get into the head of Anthony Joshua, or was it just because he's feeling a little bit frustrated due to the fact that he has been inactive and he did want to fight in December? He did vent some concerns about being inactive going into a super fight with AJ. It's not ideal to be inactive going into a fight of that magnitude with that kind of importance. And I do agree with him, it's not the best thing, but still, at the moment, there is no other option. He cannot have a warm-up before June, and when else are they going to be able to make this undisputed fight? I know it's not ideal for Tyson Fury, and he could have done with a warm-up, but still, it is a super fight. Tyson Fury will be 100% for that fight. So you cannot imagine Tyson Fury not being ready for this contest. Obviously, a fight of this magnitude means that it will bring out the best of Tyson Fury. That's one thing we have seen from him, is he raises the bar to each and every occasion. So if he's fighting a lower level opposition, sometimes you don't get the best at Tyson Fury, but when he goes to the higher levels, like the Klitschko's, that is when you get the best at Tyson Fury. So I wouldn't expect inactivity to be a big problem for Tyson Fury, given what we have seen from him in the past. Now of course, these messages about the undisputed fight from Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury are quite contradictory, because one is saying the fight is close and it will be in June likely, and the other is saying they don't even believe it's going to happen. Well, as we said earlier, I do believe that could be some mind games, maybe trying to get into the head of Anthony Joshua, which, by the way, I don't believe it will work, but still, maybe it's that, maybe it's a little bit of frustration. Then Tyson Fury saying they are no further along than they were a year ago towards making this fight happen. The thing is about that is we do actually know for a fact that we are further along, just down to the situation between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. No trilogy fight, so Tyson Fury can fight who he wants. Tyson Fury does not have a mandatory, so therefore he is free to go and make a fight with whoever he wants, make a unification fight with Anthony Joshua, which is what he is doing. Then, Anthony Joshua and his WBO situation. He had a mandatory in Alexander Usyk. First it was Kubrat Pulev, so AJ had two mandatories to deal with, Pulev then Usyk. Usyk fought Derek Chisora so that AJ could deal with his mandatories in chronological order. But the WBO did explain that they wanted Anthony Joshua to face his mandatory because they wrote a tweet saying, Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua, they know the value of commitment, and that was them kind of speaking about that mandatory they had, which was Alexander Usyk. Now though, they have granted an exception purely because they have ordered Usyk versus Joe Joyce number 2 in the WBO for the interim WBO World Championship, meaning they are going to allow Anthony Joshua to go and fight Tyson Fury for undisputed with their title on the line. That means that we are further along than we were a year ago. It is of course easy to believe that perhaps the fight won't happen considering what we do hear from Tyson Fury, but we are hearing positive things from AJ, which is obviously good and speaks well for a fight in June. there are things that obviously still need to be sorted out, but that can be expected with the magnitude of this event. Let's remember, it is undisputed, all of the belts on the line in the heavyweight division as well, so it's a huge mega event. Someone recently asked Anthony Joshua about the possibility of it being in the UK. He did explain that he's open to everything, and he would love it to be in the UK. The problem with that is, can they get 90, 100,000 fans in Wembley in June? That is highly unlikely, so I wouldn't imagine it would be in the UK. I don't even believe it will be in the US. It shouldn't be anyway, because that will be a different time zone with regards to prime time television in the US. So, I mean, Bob Arum did explain it will take place late evening time in the US, which means it will be primetime UK. Now, it won't be in the UK, but it will be somewhere else, like perhaps Saudi. So, we do know realistically where the fight will take place. If we had to bet, we would say Saudi. It could be someone like Dubai, maybe even China, but my money would be on Saudi Arabia, because last time Anthony Joshua fought in that region, he actually fought at 9 PM in the UK. So that was a good time for the UK, and I believe that that will be the same for the undisputed fight between AJ and Tyson Fury. What is happening with regards to Tyson Fury, we don't know just yet. We do know that Tyson Fury does want the fight, we know that Anthony Joshua wants the fight. There is no one who is looking to duck, there is no one looking to get out of this fight. I mean, Tyson Fury fought Vladimir Klitschko, he fought Deontay Wilder twice, Anthony Joshua's fought Klitschko, he's fought Povetkin, he's fought Andy Ruiz, he's fought Joseph Parker. They have proven that they will take the toughest fights they can get. Anthony Joshua, in my opinion, has the better track record facing top 10 heavyweights, but Tyson Fury has been in some mega fights. So I do not believe they will be overawed. I do not believe that neither fighter is looking at this thinking, maybe I shouldn't take it. Tyson Fury has vented some concerns obviously about his inactivity, but that is separate. That will not stop him from taking the fight. And no matter what Tyson Fury might say, we are definitely further along because we know about the Wilder situation and the WBO situation and all of the titles being on the line. We are definitely closer now than we ever have been to getting an undisputed fight. It is just important that they push it over the line. Eddie Hearn, Bob Arum are positive, Anthony Joshua is positive. Tyson Fury has come out with those comments, but I don't believe that means all too much. That doesn't mean that the fight won't happen. He's being skeptical, of course, but still, we are hearing positive things from Anthony Joshua, and when we hear it from him, that means it is true, because as I said previously, he's not on the hype train. He will tell us the truth. So, if it comes from AJ, we can take it as truth. If it comes from Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum, then we can be a little bit more skeptical. But at the moment, things seem to be moving in the right direction for a June fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Guys, anyway, what are your thoughts on this, and who do you believe will win this fight between these two giants? Guys, drop your thoughts on this in the comments below, leave a thumbs up, and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.